Okay, so basically, we've said find a niche, build experience. You can build experience through volunteering. You can build experience through starting up an organization. You can build experience through starting it up as a business. You can even build experience through thought leadership. The next thing, document your experience. In fact, it's basically document evidence, have documentary evidence. You wouldn't want to get access to an opportunity and apply, and then at the interview session, they can't even find anything to verify that you have really been working in the area you said you are passionate about. So I can't apply for an opportunity and then tell them I'm training persons in basic first aid skills, and then at the end you go on my. Okay, do you know what's going to happen, Ebuka? I think I should just remove it as part of the host so that the network can be stable here, because it seems the noise is from your end and then it's obstructing it.
Okay, all right, move me then.
Okay, so guys, please, if at any point you can't hear me, kindly let me know in the chat section. So I've removed Ebuka as among one of the hosts, so I'm automatically hosting the session. So, having said that, how do we get our documents ready? First thing, get an international passport. Please, get. It's too vital. The next thing, try to have a passport photograph of you, a headshot or a passport photograph, whichever you want. Try to have one handy and save them in JPEG and save them in your drive, in your Google Drive or in your Dropbox. See, when you apply for programs, most times they ask you to send the recommendation letters, and I tell you there are basic principles in sending the recommendation letter. If you miss one or two of them, the letter becomes invalid. You can't send in first of all, make sure the letter is on a letterhead paper. Next, make sure it is signed or stamped electronically or manually, whichever way you want to get it done. Make sure too, also it is well addressed. Don't just write a recommendation letter to whom it may concern. Like, as much as possible, try to look for who to address it to. As simple as the admission committee, ABC leadership program, the admission committee, ABC leadership program, Toronto, Canada. As simple as that. Also, letterhead, make sure it's on the letterhead, signed or stamped electronically or manually. Make sure there is date. Don't go and make a recommendation letter. Don't use more. I know many persons like using multi-purpose recommendation letter. You've used this recommendation letter in 2019. You are still using it in 2020. It's not the best. As much, try to update it every 3 months. Are you getting it? And then, having said that, make sure the details of the person recommending you is on the letter. Don't just put a letter and then we can't even, and then the person reviewing the application can't even find and pinpoint, oh, who is the person recommending this? So make sure the person's details and contact as much as possible are on that letter. Are you getting it? Having said that, the next thing we are going to talk about is how do you write these essays? I know this is where many persons have issues with most of this program. But however, the essays are the simplest of everything to do. I'd say the essays are the simplest. If you know the basic principles, you can write any essay. Now let's start with the first one that has to do with leadership experience. If you see a simple essay asking you to tell them about your leadership experience, the basic principle which everybody knows in answering any leadership question is to use what we call the STAR approach. And then of recent, they've added L to it, which is now STAR L. Where L, okay. S for situation, T for task, A for action, and the arrow for results, and then the L for lessons learned. I'm going to explain and give typical example. See, basically when you see a question asking you, let's assume I'm applying for a program that is focused on mental health advocacy, and then the question is asking me, tell me about your leadership experience. I'm going to be telling them an experience I've had, either through volunteering or through starting up an organization, or through running a business, or through building thought leadership. I'm sorry, guys. In the area of mental health advocacy, if the program is focused on, let's say, let me give an example, let's say on climate change, I'm going to give them experience I've had in the area of climate change, because basically when you see a question that is asking to tell them about your leadership experience, don't ever make the mistake of listing all the leadership positions you have had. You have not communicated at all. So you need to start giving us a situation, okay? Because leadership is the action you took to make your community better. So on that note, if I see a question telling me to tell them my leadership experience, I'm going to be giving it an action I've taken in time past that made my community better. And that action could come through either volunteering, starting up organization, running a business, developing thought leadership, any of those areas, and putting them in the form of a story, using situation, giving them a task, giving them an action, and then giving them a result. And then L means lessons I learned from the experience. I'll give an example. As simple as sometime in 2017 or 16, I worked as a campus journalist with the Nation newspaper. I can't remember the year, that 2017 or 2016. And then back then, I did an investigative story on why girls do not participate in politics on campus and all the challenges ladies face. It was a big story. And then after my story, like many people that, wow, so you mean these are the challenges girls find? Why not? These are the challenges ladies face trying to participate in campus politics. That same year, we had a first female president. Sorry, was it the first? No, I think the second female SCG president at the University of Benin. Same year, Faculty of Law had their very first female president in the history of the Faculty of Law in my university. Same period, Faculty of Agricultural Science had their very first female president. So, and then be proud to that, I've already written a story that I've exposed why girls do not participate in campus politics. Now, if I see a question asking me, tell me your leadership experience, and this program is focused for journalists, as simple as starting it like this. In 2017, I discovered that girls do not participate in campus politics for reasons like, list all the reasons I think I could find. That was the situation I found. Then what task was before me? Then what was the task? I did an investigative story on why girls do not participate in campus politics and why girls run away and shy away from campus politics. That was the task, and then the actions I took. And then what now came out of its result? The story sparked a wave of debate among ladies on why they should participate in campus politics. Also, the story that same year, we had a female SCG president, a first in the ever history, female Faculty of Law president, first in history, female Faculty of Agricultural Science president. So that's like a situation, task, action, and result. And I can now add lessons learned. At the end of this whole experience, I discovered that if girls have access to opportunities and support, many of them will participate in campus politics. As simple as that. So whenever you see any question asking your leadership experience, situation, task, action, and result, that's what they're expecting you of. And then you can add your lessons learned, which has been of recent. Having said that, then the next question you're going to see, which many persons find very hard, but it's also the simplest, is write a motivation letter or tell us why do you want to attend this program or why this program. It's very easy. First of all, there's something I term the double-edged sword method. A sword, if it has two edges, I can pierce you from the right, from the front, I can pierce you from behind. Then, and some other persons call it the objective killing techniques. Now, this is it. If this program is focused on social entrepreneurship, you know what I'm going to do? If the program is focused on social entrepreneurship, basically what you need to do is to go on Google, type on Google, course content for social entrepreneurship at XYZ University, let's say Harvard University. Then the next same thing, Columbia University, same thing, City University, New York, same thing, let's say one big university across the world. Those key phrases from there, you pick them out. If on Harvard, I can pick the course content for social entrepreneurs are sustainability, sustainability, monitor and evaluation. And then on City University New York's website, for social entrepreneurs, I'm seeing that the course content there is, let's say, vision and mission, fundraising for social impact projects. I'm going to pick those keywords, tally them down, and start coining essays around it. Start with, this program, I want to learn about sustainability for social impact leaders so that I can make my project more sustainable. Basically, what you have said, you are giving them their own words, but you are giving them their objective. You just gave them the objective. They told you they want to train you on social entrepreneurship, and then you are not telling them that you want to learn social entrepreneurship, but not making it direct by telling them, oh, I want to learn about social entrepreneurship, because it's vague. So you are telling them that you want to learn about social entrepreneurship. We are using keywords and key phrases. That's how people get those keywords. If it's a program focused on leadership, let's assume I'm going for the yearly program on public policy and management, and then they are telling me, tell me why you want to learn in this program in the public policy track. Simple. Type on Google, course content for public policy experts in XYZ University. course content for public policy in XYZ place, challenges of public policy across in Africa, challenges of public policy maybe in Nigeria. Start picking those keywords and start filling them in the essay. Let's assume one of the key phrase I saw, one of the challenge on public policy in Africa is implementation. I can start an argument or start a sentence at this program. I want to learn about effective implementation of public policy, which is a problem that is facing the African continent. You've told them that, see, the objective was that they want to train you on public policy, but here you are giving them their words. You are giving them the same objective, but however, you are using another edge of the sword to hit them. This is a program focused on leadership. Don't tell them I'm coming to learn about leadership. It's vague. Don't ever tell them I'm coming to learn about leadership. It's vague. Go on Google. Leadership skills you can just type on what are the core leadership skills. Start picking those core leadership skills out. Then you can still type on Google leadership course content at XYZ University, leadership course content at XYZ University. After gathering all of them, they can now start seeing hitting them down. Let's assume one of the key contents in leadership, one of the course content, let's assume one of the key phrases there is emotional intelligence. As simple as starting okay, sorry, I think you guys lost me for a few minutes. So let's assume one of the key phrases I saw is emotional intelligence. I can start an argument with, in the last 2 years, in my leadership journey, I've always struggled with emotional intelligence at this book, and this has reduced my efficiency as a leader. At this leadership bootcamp, I look forward to learning about the core areas of emotional intelligence in order to equip myself to become a better leader. You have answered their question. So basically, whenever you start seeing questions asked you to tell them why you want to attend this program, your motivation for the program, simple, read about the program objective, go on Google, start looking for keywords. Are you getting it? That's basically how you go about that question. And then another question you might also like to see, let's assume you're applying for a program and then you're applying to a school on a scholarship. Another thing you can also do, which I tell people, if you are writing a motivation letter and then it's on a scholarship, you also go on the university website, look for, please, if at any point you cannot hear me, just notify me in the chat section and then I'll quickly rectify the issue from my end. So if I'm applying for a scholarship, let's assume I'm applying for a master's in public health. So let's assume I'm applying for a master's in public health at, let me say, a university in the UK. I just have to go to the university's website and look for who are their key professors in public health in that university. And then try to make sure that one of their, and then after reading about their profile, after reading about the profile of these key professors, you pick one which aligns with your goal, with your career objective and your goal. Someone like me want to be the career in the area of emergency medicine and emergency health and disaster medicine. And then on the university website, I'm seeing a professor. Let's assume professor, let me look for someone's name on the chat section. Who joined our chat late? Who is the last person to have joined our chat? Okay, let me say Tolani Odukoya. Okay, let's assume I see on the university website, there's a professor called Professor Tolani Odukoya, whose research is focused on disaster medicine and has a lot of experience in disaster medicine. I'm going to be starting an argument in my essay that in the last 2 years, I've been inspired by Professor XYZ, Professor Tolani Odukoya, whose research on network. I'm so sorry, guys. Since my network is quite poor here, but we'll soon be done. So, stay on. Okay, for Professor Tolani Odukoya. So, okay, Tolani, okay, Twale too. So, I can start an argument in my essay because I want to be the career in emergency health and disaster medicine. I can start an argument in my essay. In the last 2 years, I've been inspired by the works of Professor Tolani Odukoya in the area of emergency health and disaster medicine, and these align with my goal. So you need to start looking at what work has this Professor Tolani done, whose research work, or who. I'm so sorry, I don't know why the thing is pausing from my end, but I'll just need to quickly round up. So I will tie in Professor Tolani. I'll tell them how I've been inspired by Professor Tolani's work, and then how his work is in line with the work I do in the area of emergency health and disaster medicine. Because when the programs, imagine Professor Tolani is part of the admission committee and he's saying, oh, wow, so this person has followed me over the last 2 years and is inspired by my work, and his research interest or his work is in the same line with my work. Your chance of getting in on that program is high. So you need to start, go on the university website, look for their key professors, because back home in Africa, in our universities, in fact, our curriculum is never on our website. Our lecturers' biography is not on our website, but schools abroad, all I'm so sorry, thing is pausing and going off here. So basically, go on those university websites, read about the key professors. Now, let's assume I'm in the area of I'm very good in debate, and then I'm going for a master's in public health in let's say a university in the UK. Let's say, okay, Doc Oluwaseun, say I'm inspired by his work. Okay, let's say I'm going for a master's in global health in a university in the UK, and then I'm an expert. I was part of the University of Benin debate club. And then on this university, I also saw that they had a debate club. We also start an argument in that essay that, in the last 2 years, during my undergraduate days, I was part of the University of Benin debate club. And then at this university, I hope to be part of that debate club and also build my experience. So I get it. So you need to start looking at, okay, what are the keys what are the key things that I have that is in line with what this program or these schools are focused on. So that's why I call it, my friends and I will call it the double-edged sword method. You are using the program objective to tackle them. They have a professor whose research interest or whose work is in line with your work. You use that, you see, you pin it down, like you peg it down that this professor has inspired you. You have followed this or work and is in line with your work, and you want to learn about the work he or she does and how you can use it to strengthen your work back home in your country. Next thing, you are good in debate, or you are hosting an event, you are an MC, or let's even assume you are part of the University of Benin Finance Club and there's a finance club in that school. Tell them that you want to join that finance club. See, I write as a journalist with the Nation newspaper. You know, one thing I put in my essay is that at the end of this program, I hope to make a report of this in the 5 national newspapers I work with back home in Nigeria, such that Nigerians that were unable to attend this program will get to read about it in these newspapers and also know about what happened. See, that's one thing I put in most of my essays, because okay, at least I have access to these papers. I get it. So friends, let's start looking at what are the things that what are my key strengths, what are my key areas that I can start fishing in on this essay and start pegging these professors, pegging the admission committee, pegging the review committee on. You must look at them. And then on the part of writing motivation letter, I tell people, see, motivation letter is easy, it's not hard. Just know the format, and this is the format. Most persons will tell you start with storytelling from beginning to the end, and it's good, but you need to have been an expert before you can start a motivation letter with storytelling from the beginning to the end. That's what I do. I start with storytelling from the beginning to the end, even while you want to attend still on storytelling, because I've written many for people. But now I've been able to review for many persons. But now this is how you go about it. Your first paragraph, give us your profile. As simple as, I am an emergency health advocate with 2 years experience working with local communities in increasing access to basic first aid skills in Benin City, Nigeria. That's your profile. As simple as that. Or I'm a final year medical student at the University of Benin with interest in health, with key interest in health advocacy, health education, health advocacy, and XYZ. I get it. Friends, that's the very first paragraph. It's not even long, like 3 sentences can take your essays, 3 sentences can take your profile. I'm giving this as the basic principle. That if you have never written a motivation letter, you are still finding it hard. But if you're an expert, use storytelling or true. It makes it more interesting. Then the second and the third paragraph, start giving us your leadership experience. That's where you give us a leadership experience using the STAR L approach: situation, task, action, result, and lessons learned. Second and third paragraph. Let's assume I'm applying for a master's in public health in, let's say, which school? Okay, Michigan State University. First sentence, I am an emergency healthcare advocate with 2 years experience working with communities in Benin in increasing access to emergency health services or first aid education. Then the second and the third paragraph is where I'm going to be telling them about the work I've done in the area of emergency health advocacy, maybe either through volunteering, starting up an organization, running a business, or building thought leadership, depending on how strong you are and which one you've gotten. So start telling them your second and your third paragraph. You must expose your leadership experience, because, like we said, and which is generally agreed, leadership is not all about position. Leadership is not about position. It's the action you have taken to make your community better. And the action could be as simple as, I stay in a hostel. Front of my hostel, let's assume I stay in a hostel in a Kosodi off campus at the University of Benin. Front of my hostel, the refuse is much. Those that are supposed to pack it, they didn't come. So I had to organize the hostel guys, and then we packed everything and put them in a waste bin. And then at the end of the day, through that action, rodents are no longer breeding on those refuse. And since they are no longer breeding on those refuse, disease outbreak in my hostel has reduced. Are you getting? So second and third paragraph should be your leadership experience. Then having said that, then the fifth or fourth paragraph, depending on how much leadership experience you have and how much words limit they gave you, then you now start, you open the sentence with, I am in, these are you open, and this is how I open mine. I am interested in the, let's assume it's a master's program or in a leadership program. I am interested in the master's in public health program at Michigan State University in New York, because this way you now start using those double-edged sword method. Is there a professor in that school that have been inspired by his or her work, and his or her work is aligns with my work? Is there and what are the key phrases? What are the key phrases and key words? If you are doing education, you must know the key words in education. You are doing health. It's not just to be talking about how I'm reaching out to people. There are key words. You can't be talking about public health. You're not using key words like advocacy, health education, universal health coverage. Are you getting? So you must look at those keywords. You now start filling in those keywords. At this program, I want to learn a master policy advocacy for health professionals, such that when I return back to my country, you tie it back. Universal health coverage, how will it help you? If I learn about universal health coverage in this program, how will it help me when I return back to Benin City? You start tying it down. So that's the place you start giving them their words. You give them their words, you give them their objective, but however rephrased objective. That's how people get programs. See, if you see essays for most, I've reviewed essays for friends that are gotten into many programs. I get now, these are the ways I've used for many of them, and they've gotten their masters and all the rest. And it's legit and it goes so well. So use those keywords, friends. Use those keywords. And then, having said, maybe that might be your sixth or seventh paragraph, depending on how you are paragraphing your work. The next thing you need to do, what are your post-program plans? Or if I'm going for a leadership program, what are my post-program plans in this leadership program? It could be as simple as, well, I'm running an emergency health advocacy program. I'm running a first aid organization here. Do I have plans to make it to scale it into an ambulance service, an emergency medical service in my country? Of course, if that's one of my plans, I'm going to put it in the essay. So you must also learn to put that in your essay too, friends. I get in. So what are your post-program plans? Put all the big dreams you have. I tell people, see, don't shoot yourself in the leg like, oh, I want to do this. It's so big. Put it there. See, put all the big dreams you have, whether it's attainable, it's non-attainable, fill it in there. It will definitely be attainable someday and someday. You might even have to change. Are you getting? Having feeling that, and then you can close your essay. As simple as that. So having said that, so in writing a motivation letter is simple. First paragraph, your profile. I am XYZ. I am Tolani Oduko. So you don't even need to put your name, because your name will be under the letter. I am an education policy expert with 2 years experience working with children in vulnerable, increasing access to education for children in vulnerable community. As simple as that. I getting it, friends. So try to do that. Then second and third paragraph, your leadership experience using star L approach. L is the lessons you learned. I getting it from the whole experience. Then the next paragraph, you can start telling them about why you want this program using their keywords. Going on the university website, you've gotten key phrase, you've seen their curriculum, you've picked keywords from their curriculum, you've broken it down, start tying in the work you do with it. I getting it, friends. So having said that, please use storytelling method if you can. Use storytelling, and please don't see everything. Then use statistics. You are giving us your leadership experience. You are telling us how many persons you have reached out to. Use statistics. Don't be telling me that people don't have access to first aid skills in Benin City. Tolani, I can see your work. Okay, I can see your comment. Thank you so much for the. So don't be telling us that people don't have access to first aid skills in Benin City. We know they don't have access. How many of them don't have access to it? If you necessarily do not have, if ordinarily you do not have access, you can give. Let's assume, of course, you've not done a research. You don't know how many persons don't have access to first aid skills. You can go on Nigerian Bureau of Statistics website. We don't have statistics in this part of the world, and you can give statistics. Just try to give 8 in 10, 9 in 20. Don't 80%, 50%. Don't go and give 60. I tell you, when you are giving statistics, don't tell me that 21,000 persons are dying from. No, don't say 600 persons in Benin City don't have access to first aid skills. It does not hold water. If you even tell me 2 million persons don't have access to first aid skills in Benin City, you have not communicated. But telling me that 2 of the 5 million persons in Benin City do not have access to first aid skills, do not have basic first aid skills to save lives, that says more than telling me 2 million persons don't have access to first aid skills. I'm going to explain again. 2.5 million of the 2.5 million of the 5 million population in Benin City do not have access to first aid skills to save lives. Second sentence, 2.5 million persons living in Benin City do not have access to first aid skills. The first one sells more. Why? Because it gives the reviewer an insight into how deep and how bad the problem is. You've told him or her that, okay, this is total population, and these are the number of persons that do not have access to basic first aid skills. Are you getting? So you need to start giving us very good statistics. And another thing you must also learn to do, which I encourage persons, please, if you are doing anything, whether you are working, you are building experience through thought leadership, or you are building experience through volunteering, you are building experience through the organization you are running, or you are building experience through business you are running, try to have online links to your work and fill in those online links in your essays, because see, they go to validate it. If I go through an essay and then, let's assume, I'm giving an example, in 2015 we trained 615 persons in basic first aid skills in Benin City, Nigeria, to save lives and the confidence they need in approaching emergency. Open bracket, www.thenationnewspaper.org/the-lifesavers-ng/train 500 persons, close bracket. This, I get in, and then I continue my essay. See, the person reviewing it, automatically, wow, man, these guys are really doing very well. So third-party links are nice. If you have a website, put, but if you don't have a website, put third-party links, go sell more than your website, because anybody can just wake up. I can wake up now, just create a website for education advocacy, and then just fill everything there, and then submit it, and then say, put it. So it might not sell well. I get it. But if it's a third-party link, whether it's a blog or whether it's let's assume a website that nobody knows about, it validates your work even more than your website, more in an essay, because it's just like your friends trying to how do I put it now? Let's assume it's just like Tolani runs a blog and the Tolani is reporting my work. See, it goes to validate even more than me putting my own website. It was anybody, you know, these days, in this era of internet fraudsters and all the rest, you see how people can just wake up and they just create a website, clone another website, and then do reports what they have not done. I get it. Even my organization, MCW, there was a time someone cloned our websites, like cloned the MCW website, used all our pictures and used almost everything. So the organization had to report that website and then brought it down. I get it. So please use third-party link, and do not use bit.ly. Don't use bit.ly when you're writing your essay, because if I see bit.ly / let's say LSNG, that's the link to the work, I might think, oh, this was a mistake, or this, I get it. But if I see we've changed 650 persons in basic first aid skills in Benin City, open bracket, the link is like almost 15 words. I know that this was not an error. This was a deliberate attempt by the person who wrote it. Got in? So if you have questions, you can start dropping it in the chat session where we try to round off our session. Okay, so in summary, like I've said, please use the program objective to tackle them. See, that's the simplest way, and that's what people are using, and it sells. Use the program objective. It's a program if I'm applying for, let's assume, President Obama. Okay, let's assume I'm applying for, let's say, the yearly program on, let's say, public policy and management. I've told you it's easy. Type on Google problems of public policy in Africa or in Nigeria. Pick and outline those programs. Outline those problems and drop them. I'll go on university websites, different top universities in the world, key course content for program policy in XYZ universities, and then those keywords, I start tying them down in my essay. If your essays do not have keywords, see, the chances that it will not scale is very, very high. It's very, very high. The chance that it will not scale the application is very, very high. There was one time I was doing an application for a program. I won't mention the name for now. And then the project, this applicant is from what's it called? Some South America. The project the applicant was submitting, it was very easy. It was not easy, but it was funny to me. And what was the project? There are dogs in our locality, and people have dogs, like they have many dogs, like dogs, DOG, in our locality, and many of those dogs, they are roaming the streets. The excreta of those dogs, they are causing problems. Okay. I've seen your question, Ebuka. The excretas of those dogs, they are causing problem across the street. So basically what the person wants to do is create an avenue where I think whether we help remove those dogs from the streets, and he just created a model for it. I'm like, are you serious? Back home in Africa, we're talking about access to education, access to healthcare, access to climate change. Somebody is proposing a project of dogs in the street and how he wants to help the owner of those dogs pack those dogs off the street and rear them. I was like, this is funny, but nevertheless, the person used key phrase when he was talking about the things he or she wants to learn in our program. I'm like, okay, you have said it, it's good, and you can go. Now, Ebuka is asking a question: where do we find global opportunities, and are there platforms I can find them? See, all the opportunities are everywhere. They're all across the internet. First thing is in the internet. Basically, everybody knows opportunitydex.org, opportunitiesforafricans.com, and I think there's one opportunity points. Is it opportunitypoints.com or .org? I can't remember the full name. Then next thing, your network. See, you need to know people. You need to know people. Not all opportunities are on opportunity desk and it's valid. See, I've gotten access to opportunities that are never on opportunity desk. One of my very good boys, one of my friends here is going for a program soon. It's not on opportunity desk. I went for a program in Rwanda. They told me about it. I went for a program in Rwanda, signed up for a side event. Thank you so much, Cholani. Okay, local statistics. Okay, very awesome. So then I can see your question. Okay, so, and I signed up for a side event. And in the side event, I dropped my email address and everything. And then in March, they sent me a mail that, they have a conference they're organizing in a certain location in one of these African countries, very developed. Do I think I can attend? And I should send in an application. I'm like, I can't apply. I can't attend. I'm my last semester, so there's nothing to do here. So basically what I just did was send the link to one or two friends and one of my guys here. They applied and they got selected. It's on opportunity desk. Tomorrow you see him at that program, you will wonder, how did this guy apply? This guy is so lucky. He's not lucky. Know people, those persons that you know they are custodians of these opportunities, like they've accessed those opportunities you want to access. Make friends with them, follow them on social media, comment on their posts. I'm inspired. This was nice. Oh, this is good. Follow them up. You need to follow them up, and then that's your network. And then join organizations. There are some opportunities that are exclusive to organization. Tolani is asking so much quality energy. Okay, Tolani is asking us about getting statistics to back up some facts, especially if the idea is novel. Nigeria has issue with statistics. Yes, Tolani, see, we have issue with statistics. I remember when we were working up on our on our theory of change at Lifesavers NG and the statistics for how many persons dying from emergency condition. Like we researched, and it was hard to get. Tolani, this is what you do. If the idea is novel, you need to see. You can quantify the program. I'm sorry. You quantify the problem. Let's assume is access to quality education at Jegule. I know that access to quality education at Jegule is limited as compared to access to quality education in, let's say, in Victoria Island in Lagos. So in Ajegule, if I tell you 8 in 10 children do not go to school, I'm almost right. But if I go to Victoria Island, Lagos, and I tell you that 8 in 10 children do not go to school, is not correct. You and I know that how can 8 in 10 not be going to school in VIA? Where you should even tell me that 11 in 10 go to school in VIA. So then what you do basically in those situations is this: you need to quantify the problem in your terms using the just quantify the problem, and do not use statistics like 6,000 persons. Just use 8 in 10, 5%, 80%. So it goes. Anybody reading that statistics know that most likely this is not the real statistics, but this was quantified. So that's how people go about it. Thank you so much. I think I've answered almost all the questions. So if you have any other question, you can just drop it where we are bringing this session to an end. Okay, guys, so I'm done already with my session. So if you have any other question, you can just do it to drop them. In the next 5 minutes, we'll answer them. So in the next 5 minutes, we'll be ending the live, Instagram live. Thank you so much. This is my first Instagram live. It's nice. I think I'll be doing more of it. So thank you so much, guys. Ebuka, so if you have any other question, you can drop them. And I hope you have been able to learn something. And if you have any question, you can just drop it in my can drop it in my inbox. I will definitely do it to reply. And I think there's this problem with Instagram these days. They're trying to send somebody a message and the person is not your friend. Like it shows action block. So you just comment on any of my posts that, Eddy, I'm trying to send you a message and then it's not going. Then I will reach out to you and then we can move the conversation to a WhatsApp or any other platform. Okay, so can you please summarize what you have said before, why the service was bad? I was basically giving Tolani, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tolani. We'll meet him on WhatsApp. Okay, so basically what I was just trying to say, I was just trying to give you the importance of applying for most of these programs. You get access to mentorship, like good mentors. You visit, it's also an opportunity for you to, it's also a tourism avenue for you. You get to learn new culture. You also get credibility for your work and for yourself, visibility for your work and for yourself. And then you also get, it also improves your reputation and all. So thank you so much. That's all I have, guys. Thank you and happy exploring all the opportunities you have. Thank you.